Hey guys, I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that Surewinder is still selling amazing products. Some of you guys have been dragging your feet for whatever reason. If your shoulder hurts, do not waste time. Pull the trigger. I just bought 4 or 5 of them, and we had 2 guys out. You know how much it cost me to pay for 2 guys being out with bad shoulders? We just pulled the trigger and we said, listen, everybody's going to have one on a truck. It's mandatory. You got to use it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait till your guys go down. It's going to cost you more. Buy a Surewinder.
What's up, everybody? Ryan here, Torsion Talk podcast. It's a lovely day outside. My kids graduated their 5th and 8th grade. So my daughter's really excited about not being in the same school with my son. She'll be going to high school, and my son will be moving up to middle school. So they miss each other, which she's excited about, but he's not. So a couple things that I need to go over before we jump in. First of all, don't forget, you've got a bunch of people hitting me up about such and such media, and I don't know what that is anymore. So just a reminder, such as media is no longer such as media. It's Mark Annuity. I also have my sales training. We've completely flipped my sales training around and changed a bunch of stuff. So we have tech sales. We brought back door sales. We moved it from 2 days to 1 day to make it less expensive and easier for you as a business owner, having people leave. Wrote down all the things that we thought were probably standing in the way or difficult for business owners to get people here, and we try to make it as convenient as possible. So 1 day sales training, they can either fly in super early in the morning and fly out at night, or fly in the night before. Either way, we have 5 classes set up. June 12th is the first, June 27th is the second. We brought back door sales training because a lot of people hit me up for that. So hopefully we'll get that filled up. We also reduced the price. Since it's only 1 day, we're doing $850 instead of $1,100. And if you're a GDU member, don't forget you get 20% off of everything we do. So that'd be an additional 20% off of that, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion. Just go to garagedoorU.com on the homepage and you'll see the link for sales training. Why would you want sales training? Well, in a time and day where every deal matters, it's important that you have a good system in place to help you accomplish your goals. So we will make sure that you do that. And before you leave, you have a good system. We will share it with you and support you afterwards too. We have some of these people that reach out to me afterwards about overcoming certain objections and whatever, I will definitely get back to them and help them out. All right. Number 2, announcement. This is the last one I've got, unless I come up with something between now and the end of this one. So March 17th and 18th, 2025, Puerto Rico. We're going to Puerto Rico, and I'm trying to lock down one of the greatest people that I could think of to go to Puerto Rico with us to be our keynote speaker. He and his wife are considering it. We are in conversation, and I am super duper excited for the idea of this to happen. And if it does, I will let you guys know as soon as possible because you will want to be there. Already, we're having a lot of interest in this event, not just from attendees, but sponsors as well. So we're really excited. I think Puerto Rico is an attractive place on a lot of people's bucket list. And there might be people going just to go to Puerto Rico. That's okay too. But we're going to learn and enjoy the scenery at the same time. So we're gonna make this a kick butt event like they all are. It's gonna be super fun. We're gonna have excellent food, great place to stay. I'm actually going down there in 2 weeks, and I will be touring about close to 10 different hotels, checking out the environment, seeing where we want to be. I'm gonna take photos, video. I'll document it. So make sure you follow along on Instagram, Facebook, Garage Door U. That's where you need to be. All right. Today, I didn't come up with any more announcements. So we're gonna change the topic here. VLO. And don't hang up yet. I wanna make sure, like, I know we do a lot of educational stuff on here. We talk a lot about a lot of different things, but you need to hear what we're going to talk about today. This is probably not going to be something that you will be able to implement into your business, but the concept of it, you can. So let's talk about VLO. I've got some guests on today. I've got Jim McGrath, and we also have Selena Belvin. And we're going to talk a little bit about VLO and what it means to our industry, what it is, what it ain't, what it going to do. I thought that was what, yeah, I don't like that.
It's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I like that. All right. So what is VLO?
If you're going to me, Ryan, first off, I want to say thanks for having us on. You couldn't have picked a better person to team up with on today's podcast, and we asked Selena to join us. So we really, really do appreciate you and your podcast and you having us on today. And tell me the new name of your media company again.
So it's Markenuity, and we basically took
Markenuity
and combined them. So our goal as a company is we want to create a great marketing company, but we also want to have continuity between us and our clients, which is a really complicated, difficult thing to do because a lot of clients won't talk to you. And then some clients talk to you all the time. And so we want to have this like integrated continuity feel is what we're trying to achieve. And we do better at it sometimes than others, but we thought it was interesting. We were trying to make up our own word, and we were like, oh, this is great, Markenuity. So the domain was available. The name is good. We got to do a really good job of branding it and getting it out there. It's brand new, but yeah.
Well, we appreciate you and Markenuity having us on for the Vertical Lift Outreach first podcast on Markenuity's and Ryan Lucia's podcast. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bro.
And we just want to let you know that the Vertical Lift Outreach is up and running, and that we're out there trying to shake the bushes, beat around the bush, make all kinds of racket to let people know that we're out there. But we're also out there trying to get our sponsors and our manufacturers and distributors to buy into our idea and our concept. Many industries have 501c3 charities, such as the VLO. And we want to thank the people that went before us that started the VLO, but we're not incorporated. We're not part of a 501c3, but they got the opportunity. They got the organization, the idea off the ground. And we picked it up from there. When I was still on the IDA board, I was asked if I would be part of it, and I agreed to it. And after I left the IDA board, I basically joined in with several other directors. There was 5 of us. We broadened it out to 7 because we needed a broader range of people and ideas. And the Vertical Lift Outreach got off the ground and actually started helping people back in late 2023. And so we're great we're privileged. We're privileged to be on your podcast. It's been probably a year, 18 months since I was last on your podcast, but I changed hats in that capacity when I left the board and I went to the Vertical Lift Outreach. Yeah. Selena, do you got some more to add to this?
I know that the VLO is something that's very dear to a number of individuals' hearts, not only the people who originally started it, but also the ones who have continued to support it through the grassroots efforts, buying raffle tickets, buying tickets to auctions where parts of the proceeds come towards the VLO, because they want to see the support for their family, for their family members, really. Within the industry, when something happens, they want those individuals to have some kind of support that they can get, whether it's financial or mentorship or education or information. Because sometimes they don't necessarily need financial; they just need somebody who knows how to maneuver through some of the HR or, pieces of administration.
So, the VLO as I understood it, which it sounds like it's evolved a little bit because previously it was really just about money. I think, right?
Correct. Correct.
And it was
And,
designed to, like, if a business owner was let's say he was a one-man show or a small company, and he got injured and couldn't work for a couple weeks, or I think we had one of our great leaders in our industry die of cancer, and VLO kind of rallied and raised some money, family or whatever. And I mean, there's been, and I don't know exactly all the details of what happened, what didn't happen, but I've just heard there's been a bunch of scenarios where you guys were able to raise money through either raffles and events and donations and help people out. I think there was something going on with somebody's house that you guys were able to help out with. So that was previously. VLO's back. You got a lot more structure, organization, and it sounds like motivation going on now than you even had before. You got the 501c3, which makes you a legitimate nonprofit, and we can now donate to you and recognize it as a charitable donation as a business, where before probably could not do that. And so now you're structured, you're organized, you got all this stuff in place. And what, like, everybody's wondering, there's two components to this, right? Like, how do I help? Number one.
Mm-hmm.
And then what are the benefits of it? Like, who do you help? How do you choose who you help? And what are the different ways of helping?
Well,
The way
Selena
that
will yield for a second. Let me start, and then I'm going to let Selena chime in. Okay. Yes, we're out there. We're a little bit more structured, and yes, we do like raffling things off, giving something to people that for their donation dollars. Previously, we didn't ask manufacturers for a direct contribution. Now we do. We are out there asking manufacturers to sponsor us, to contribute to us. And we would also like the I'm sorry, the door dealer who employee that we have helped should look at us and realize that, hey, we just helped your employee out big time. Maybe we ought to do a small sponsorship or do something in return to this organization who just helped our employee out. It doesn't always happen, but we are out there. We're trying to get legitimacy to us. And as we continue on down this road, being on this podcast is step one. We will be in the magazines coming up. Both the asthma and the IDA magazine will be step two. And then we're going to keep on pounding the street. That's step three. Now, if you're a person in need, I think Selena is the first one that will see that application. And I'll let Selena tell you how the application process goes and how we go about processing that.
So with someone who is needing assistance, and or you can do it somebody who is needing assistance. It doesn't have to be the individual. So if you are a friend of someone who needs assistance, or a family member, or even the business owner that sees that one of your people needs it, you can go to vlocares.org, and then there is a page has the application upon that. It asks some basic questions for being able to assess what kind of need is required, and what dollar amount, if it is a financial need. That information comes from the individual who's filling out the application. That application is sent through email to me, and then I forward all the information to the rest of the board members, and we schedule a meeting and go over that. To make sure that there was fairness all the way across the board, we have a scoring system in place that looks at lots of information, what their need is, what happened. And yes, it does even look at time within the industry and all that. pieces of information. And then the board will vote, does those scorecards, and then goes through and determines whether somebody qualifies for needs based on those scores or not. Sometimes, as we mentioned, it's not so much a financial need. It could be just an assisting hand. Sometimes business owners can't have conversations with their employees based on workers' comp or accidents that may even happen outside of their employment, but they know that they need some kind of assistance that may not be immediately a lawyer. So that's where some of us who are business owners and have worked within that realm or have worked within that realm can help guide them without having that legal and HR restrictions placed upon us that their business owners have.
Nice. I'm looking at the
I'll
website.
tell you what, Ryan, having Selena and Michelle LeBlanc on the board, they are two individuals.
Dude, you ain't got to tell me they're in GDU. You don't have to tell me. I already know. Freaking
And you had no influence on putting them on the board.
No.
Yep. But anyways, those are two dynamic women that lead up the vetting of every single application that comes into the VLO. And I'm the old guy that was asked to run this organization, and I try to keep us on track and keep us on cue. But believe you me, if it wasn't for the other directors on the board, I would be totally lost. They are such a home run group that we would be lost without them. They have definitely made the organization what it is.
I don't know.
So
Anyone ever said a more true statement. You are so old.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
I'll say thank you for all the words of praise. I appreciate them as well.
You've got a board of champions there. I'm looking at the website, and what an incredible group of people. I know most of them. I know their hearts, and they're amazing people. So good job getting that put together. That's not an easy task, getting that many people who run their businesses and do a bunch of other things, personal life, and GDU for some of them, and then also doing this. It's a heavy burden and task these people are taking on. So thank you, Selena and Jim and everybody else on the board. You guys are doing an incredible job.
Well, I know many of us are called to it. We've seen what happens for these technicians and these business owners who these things happen to. That it can totally wreck their life if they don't have some kind of assistance.
Yeah.
And to have that support out there, not only, like I said, financially, but even from the standpoint of, you mentioned somebody who's home. If I remember the story correctly, the business owner did pass away. The repairs on their house had been allowed to lag out due to just not being able to get to them. VLO provided financial assistance and also rallied the troops to arrive at their house and made some of those repairs to the residents to be able to relieve some of that stress and frustration. So that's not only just the support of the directors and the manufacturers and the suppliers and the door dealers that are all putting their financial money in, but there could very definitely come a time again where we put out the call to rally the troops, and who can show up here and put in physical labor to help make some of this happen again. And I have no doubts that when that goes out, that we'll receive a overwhelming response, and we'll have to divide the troops in order to not overwhelm the projects that we put in place that need to be taken care of.
Yeah, agree.
And we all know that probably the biggest hearts at the beginning of this was Scott and Christina Schuessler. They had the biggest hearts that there were to get this idea off the ground. Yep. And COVID made everybody. I'm sorry.
They put a lot of effort into it.
They did, and COVID made a lot of people rethink their priorities in life, and they moved on to bigger, better things, and asked. They gave no objection to this continuing on, from their initial footprint.
I think we'll, like, for those OGs in that group, I think we'll all remember this as kind of like their legacy, right? I mean, to a degree.
Yep.
I think that's
Yep.
pretty awesome.
And then you got to turn around also and, shake the hands of Kevin Pike and the Deplorables,
Yeah.
who really were the ones that kept this thing alive and basically have always been the backbone. We had a raffle going on for Surewinder and we were lagging behind in sales. And Kevin Pike endorsed the raffle on the Deplorables, and I would say within 5 hours we were sold out. So it's the power of that group, the power of what Kevin has to say at times about things that really helps us out a lot. And we're gonna do another raffle coming up here for a toolkit. We're not sure whether it'll be a Milwaukee or DeWalt coming up, but we're going to get a sponsor to donate a toolkit. And when they donate the toolkit, we'll have some second and third and fourth place prizes. And we're going to try to make the raffle a little bit more economical for people to be able to get to. People were straining for the $50 donation. So we'll go more towards the $25 donation and see if we can't raffle up this toolkit, raise some funds for the VLO, and hand out some really cool prizes via our sponsors and the hard work of our directors.
Hey guys, I found something that changed my business and I want to share it with you. We've created packages that have included some of the best products in our industry to offer our service customers. The heart of that package is Stealth Hardware Kit. Stealth Hardware is the quietest hinges on the market. I challenge you to buy at least one of these, test it for yourself. Put it on your truck and design a quiet performance package for your customers willing to pay for a better, smoother running door. Buy your Stealth Hardware Kit at Service Spring, do a search for quiet hinge, and then buy that. You can buy a double or single door, 7 or 8 foot tall, and promise you, it'll change your service forever.
Somer USA and Somer Group want to thank you for an incredible year and the trust you put in them and their products. As you know, Somer places high value on relationships, education, customer service, innovation, and professionalism. And they are grateful to you for your part in the fostering and dissemination of these values. If there is any way Somer can support you in your journey, whether through their products, the values they hold to, or the knowledge Somer has gained through interaction with door dealers across the world, please reach out to the team at your convenience. They are here to serve you. Again, thank you from the entire Somer team. Check them out at somerusa.com. Tell them Ryan sent you.
I love it. So I want to ask you, we're going to go down the path of sponsorship and then go down the path of like, if you need help, and I want to tell a story, kind of discuss that a little bit. But let's talk about sponsorships. So I see on your website, you got dealers sponsoring, you got manufacturers sponsoring. Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
What are your what are your financial goals? Like, what are you guys trying to get to? Is there a number you're trying to get to? Are you on pace for that for the year? Like, what does that look like?
We set our budget for 2024, and we refused to put a number down for income because we had nothing to gauge it off of. So we went with an open income as far as funds raised. We did have we annotated our expenditures or our anticipated expenditures and things of that nature. But we want 2025 to be different because we'll have a measuring stick then of what we're able to raise. We have $5,000 platinum sponsors, gold sponsors, silver sponsors, and bronze sponsors. Okay. These were developed by our organization by looking at other platforms. And we do not have a goal. Now, when I say we do not have a goal, the reason we don't have a goal is because we've never done this in this field before. But if Ryan lost his home tonight to a fire and you needed $25,000 to hold you over, help hold things together or something like that, we don't have that type of money. You know, we are good for the little, hey, I can't make rent this month because I broke my leg and I'm not able to make my commission money, things of this nature. We can normally help people out with that. But, you know, we've had one individual that submitted in that he wanted $15,000. Well, you know, we didn't even have $15,000 in the bank. So, you know, obviously his request was going to be turned down, but we were able to help him in other ways. So right now, as we tiptoe through the tulips, as the old song says, we are trying to gauge what we're able to donate out with, engage it with whatever we get in. Anytime we run raffles, anytime we make a plea for money, it's normally because we have a number of requests sitting there that need to be fielded. You know, once this podcast goes out, I'm sure we're going to get 1, 2, 3 requests for assistance as people become more knowledgeable about what we're out there to do. Yep. You know, can we give donations to 1, 2, 3 people? Probably we can, but it's going to have to be within reason. So we want to gauge. We want to be up where the big boys are at. Side note that everybody needs to know, based on our research and what we've been told by attorneys and everything else, our 501c3, the 7 people sitting on the board are not allowed, nor are the businesses that we own are allowed to donate to the VLO.
That made Kelly so mad.
That. Yeah, we skirt that in various ways and utilize our personal funds to for all of us to go to Vegas. You know, we were out there trying to raise money in Vegas, and VLO didn't pay for any of that. You know, there was just no need for that. My company paid for me, and everybody else's company paid for them, but we were all there trying to represent the VLO. So, you know, that's the way we're skirting that requirement. But we need to raise funds. We don't have enough funds for, you know, somebody that has a big request, a big valid request. But, you know, we are able to help people with those small requests to get them over the hump. And if we do have, you know, we're going to do the raffle here soon just to try to build our coffers up a bit. But if we did have a moment where something very, very serious happened, we would definitely be making a plea big time on social media.
Okay. So, and I'm not asking this because I'm wanting something in exchange, but do you guys do something in exchange for a donation? So let's say somebody does the platinum for $5,000. What happens?
Well, we'll give you an idea. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So each one of the sponsorship levels have different pieces of recognition. There's a brand placement on our website, either a prominent one or, you know, a little lower on the tiers there. Mentions in our communications and shout outs on our social media. And as you may have noticed, the VLO social media also gets shared out to other places. Some of it can be 2 shout outs or monthly shout outs on the VLO and the social medias. It could be, you know, recognition at the events when we get to the place where we can hold those events and get together. Quarterly recognitions on the social media. And then when we get to those events, the printed pieces as well. So we did some brochures for Las Vegas. So it could be that, you know, as we get those in place and get everything, it was a very quick turnaround those, but get it all more so that the logos for those sponsors that have at that level would be featured on those as well. If we get to the point of putting out newsletters to let people know things and emails, then it would same thing. There would be the recognitions and the shout outs on those.
Are you guys doing links?
We have not been able to do that yet. From what I understand, the platform that we're using and the pieces required to put that in place is not something that we're able to do at this moment.
Okay. Yeah, the only reason
now
why
maybe we just need a bigger webmaster.
I don't know. I might be able to help you with that. But there's some weight there for I think two things. And we could certainly help you with that. But first thing would be, backlinks are great for business owners. They help validate us and good for SEO. But also you could get a VLO supporter badge and then have people put that on their website as like a badge of honor that, hey, I'm a dealer and I support VLO. We're always, as a marketing company, we're always looking for things like that we can put on people's websites to humanize them and not make it all about garage doors.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta make them, we gotta make customers and website visitors feel like there's more to this than just money for you, right? And
that we're giving back to the communities.
giving back to the communities that we're involved in, and that could be local or industry communities, right?
Yeah.
And this is a great example of that. So I think it's a awesome opportunity to get a badge, and then that badge can link back to your website, and then you guys get a bunch of backlinks, and it would boost your SEO. Which it looks like Jeannie. I didn't even know this was a website, but I was looking up your backlinks because I'm sneaky like that.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah, Jeannie Cares as a website. I didn't know that was even a thing, but they've linked to you, which has probably boosted your authority because it's up.
Yeah,
decent rate at such an
Ryan, it would have been easy for the VLO to come to you and say, Ryan, we want you to build our website. Ryan, we want you to promote us. Ryan, we want you to do this. Ryan, we want you to do that. But we felt that was unfair to Ryan and unfair to you and your companies and stuff. Now that we're up and running, to ask for assistance in working with what we're doing now, we don't mind doing that. We just didn't want to say, hey, you need to turn around and donate everything to us because we didn't have, when we started out, we didn't have the money to pay somebody.
Bad timing for sure. The last 6 months have been brutal, but last actually year and a half, 2 years been brutal, but things have settled down. We're in a good place. If you guys need help, we can certainly help. But I want to flip the topic a little bit. So
Okay.
I had an employee who was like a mama to me, and she's special. Like, I love her to death. And she got cancer 3 times in 3 years. This woman was the glue to my business, and we have not been the same since. Both her sons work for me, which is actually pretty cool. One works for my door company as an installer, and the other one is our lead developer and my number 2 at my marketing agency. And anyway, she kind of had an early retirement just because chemo 3 times kicked her butt, and she needed to reduce stress. Well, we're having a 5K fundraiser for her to help pay her back for some medical bills that she's come out of pocket for and some debt she still carries. And that's happening in August. I don't know if there's anything like, would that be something that would be of consideration? And I know it's got to be a topic that you guys talk about, but would it even be something that would be submittable for something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
The industry is not just the techs out in the field. The industry is also the CSRs and the dispatchers and the warehouse people. When we talk about the family, it's all of it. None of it would work without the others.
Yeah, I agree.
Business, the small business owners, even in some case, the bigger business owners, we're all in this together. And if we don't support each other, then we won't succeed around through the whole thing. So a lot of people think about this only as the technicians, but no, it's not just them.
Right.
And we would even consider, a distributor. Everybody knows Service Spring. Somebody at Service Spring got into an auto accident on a Saturday night that was an employee there, and they're not going to make rent next month. They're part of the door and access systems industry. They could also, or somebody within their organization could submit to the VLO on that individual's behalf. We try to make it as simple as we can. So Ryan, you don't have to submit anything. Somebody within your industry just has to fill out the paperwork and submit it. And then if we have the funds and we're able to cover it, or if we don't have the funds and we happen to pare it back or something of that nature, that's only because of, resources that are available and stuff.
Right.
So, but no.
When did you guys get this off the ground?
What was it? November of 2023.
Yeah, I think so.
We're less than a year old. Yeah, we're less than a year old.
So, I mean, like any startup, right? Cash liquidity is tough. And I think it's my understanding all of you guys are volunteers, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So you're all volunteers. It's a nonprofit, so you're not in it to make money. So here's what I would like to do to wrap this up, and I'll let you guys add something at the end here. But I assume, let me just make sure I'm right. So you guys have the ability to give as small as $25 donations, either one time, monthly, or annually. And I think that this is a great investment for business owners. I think that even if you give $25, and if a bunch of us did it, it would make a huge impact. And ideally, I think that it may be one of your employees next who have the need. So this is a great opportunity. And I would imagine if I was on the board, one of the things I would ask if somebody came, I would say, is anybody at that business contributing? I know it wouldn't be the deciding factor, but for me, it absolutely would be part of the decision, because I want to know, like, if I had to pick between two people to give money to, one's given to VLO and one's not, well, I'm choosing the one that gives the VLO. That's me personally. I know that's probably not y'all's rules, but
it's not in the scorecard.
Yeah, life's not fair, but I do love the idea of supporting this, and I'll be doing it. I know Chris Lowry reached out to me and trying to, like, this the summit is a huge undertaking for me, and trying to get prepared and ready for that and sell tickets. And I'm kind of a little bit of a one-man show on that, which I'm trying to change. I do have an event planner, but as far as selling the tickets, I kind of handle that for the most part myself, which is very stressful because we normally don't win at that event. It's a loser for us, but I'm scrambling around last minute. He would call me and was like, "Hey, can you sponsor this T-shirt? Would you be interested? We'll put your name on the T-shirt." And I'm like, "Well, here's the thing. Yes, I want to. The problem is I have a secret and I can't tell you yet. And I didn't want to put Mark Annuity on the shirt yet, because I didn't want it to get out ahead of time. We were trying to control our launch, and I didn't want to put such and such media on it, because then it would be like, oh, that's old. That didn't age well. So it was kind of a weird situation. But yes, as far as donations, no problem. I want to challenge all of our listeners to at least go to vlocares.org and give $25. And listen, if you don't do it now, if you're driving, that's fine. But if you don't do it now, you're probably not going to do it. So do it while it's fresh on your mind, and give $25.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I just say right now, we'll even give you a kicker for that. We have to ask for $10 shipping, but if you'll do $25 and $10 shipping, we'll ship you one of our T-shirts. So, we'll give you something for your money, and, you are helping your brother in the industry, if you buy one of our t-shirts, it also goes to the VLO.
Why don't you just do $50 gets you a t-shirt and a donation?
Okay.
Once again, I'd love to say that, but the hard part about it is we got
the website. Like, I don't see an option for adding $10 anywhere. So let's just do, it's super easy. Just go on there, make a donation. If you do $50 or more, you get a t-shirt.
Hey, we'll do that. We'll do it in a second.
$50 or more, you get a t-shirt. 25 is just a good faith. Say, thank you to everybody. And listen, my birthday was May 7th. If you didn't get me anything and you didn't donate to my boy Jackson, who I'm trying to raise a couple $100,000 for, which a lot of you did, thank you very much. But if you did not, this is the charity I would want your money to go to. So 25, or if you go up to 50 or higher, you get a free t-shirt. So do you have any type of way to put in here that they heard it on Torsion Talk? A coupon code or something, or like
I don't think so, but I just know that Selena will be monitoring that for any $50 donation, and we'll either reach out to the individual if they don't give addresses and stuff. We'll make sure that they get a t-shirt for sure.
All right, $50 or above, get a t-shirt, VLO t-shirt, and then 25 is just a charitable donation. It's 501c3, so you should get a little document that you can give to your CPA in the year, and that'll help offset some of your massive profits that you guys are running. So, all right.
Well, I do know one thing. What is it? I'm going to tear your name up again, bud. What's your new name?
Oh, Mark Annuity.
Mark Annuity. Mark Annuity is a now sponsor of the VLO, because we appreciate you having us on today. There has to be a value to that, and we will make sure that sure that Mark Annuity is now a sponsor.
Look, I invested profits into crypto for a couple of years, and we're doing well now. So we were doing well before, but we're doing extra well. So I'm about to cash out. So I got a little spending money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to buy a building with that money, but I can spare a donation to VLO. So
just make sure that there's a place in the back of the building where I can put a trailer.
There you go. I got you, bro. Gotcha. Hey, and if you're bored and you're looking to do some work, we're installing a, what is it? A 22 or 26 by 14 or something like that, or 16. It's 26 wide, 14 tall, full view glass door, insulated glass with foam insulated rails at the Falcons complex. You get to hang out with Falcons players, bro.
Wow.
Don't tell Kelly.
I'll tell you that.
We could use some muscle because we're a little short staffed, and I got one guy up at David Mount for a week, and then I got another guy on workers' comp. We didn't even have a trailer long enough to get the doors there, and like literally, it's probably going to take it's just 2 doors that are that big, but it's going to take probably like 6 people a good couple hours to get all that off.
That should have been a job site delivery.
It is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. It should have been a job site delivery, but coordinating that with the Falcons and everything else probably would have been even more brutal. So, but yeah, we're blessed, having fun. But if you're bored and you want to drive that down here, we definitely have you help stack some sections.
So I'm only a supervisor, right?
I
can go there.
That's how we get everybody
sit there.
Here. Just come supervise, and then we say, bro, we're short of hand. We need you. Come on.
Yeah.
So.
He can hand parts and tools. Supervisors can hand parts and tools.
That's right. They point.
I do that. I mean, I'll even run an impact.
Right there. Yeah. Good job. That's what supervisors do, right? All right. Selena, got anything to close?
Just to remember that every $25 donation means something. So don't think that because you can't give that 500, 1,000, 2,500, that you're not contributing. You don't have to be one of those big donors who's sponsoring. Every bit helps for somebody, because your little bit and somebody else's little bit, all those drops come together and fill up a huge bucket. So please don't think that just because you can give $25 means that you aren't just as important as that sponsor who can give 5,000.
Yeah.
Hey,
100%.
Ryan, one quick thing.
Jim.
Thank you to our platinum sponsor of Lodi Garage Doors. They are our only $5,000 sponsor. Thank you to Jeannie. Thank you to Amar for their sponsorship. Somer, Titan Home Products. Really, it's those people that got us off the ground, and the individual door dealers that donated that are on the back of our T-shirt that got us off the ground, that got us to be able to donate thousands of dollars already out the door. So thank you to them, as well as thank you to you for allowing us this time today.
Dude, let me just, someone who I know you guys, like, this dude didn't let it die. Not only is he super special and one of my favorite people in the industry, but he's also a sponsor of just about everything we do. And I go to him a lot for stuff, and I couldn't do all the stuff we do without him. And that's Roman at Somer. I don't think he can sponsor you guys, but he's on the board. I think he's CFO, if I'm not mistaken, or does the financial advisor or whatever role he's in. But man, what an incredible guy you guys have on the staff there, and he sponsors the podcast. And so I just wanted to recognize him while you guys are giving shout outs, because I think by being on 501c3, they probably can't donate. Maybe, I don't know.
Somer is on the back of the shirt.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to give them some love, and
yep.
Like I know all the names that you pointed out are great. I have a personal, deep relationship with Roman that, even if I went a year without talking to him, if he called me and needed something, I would jump. He's a special dude, and he's got a big heart, and he's got a great family. So thank you, Roman. I know you're probably listening to this, so I want to give you a shout out. All right. That's it. Jim, Selena, if you guys don't know these people, they're on social media. Check them out on Facebook. Selena is like an office whiz. She should probably be doing some like shorts. I don't know, Selena, if you've seen the TikTok craze going on right now, where like older people making fun of like 15-year-old receptionists.
Oh, goodness.
It's so good. It's so good. I made one the other day. I thought it was funny. I'm just nervous about posting it, but yeah, it's funny. So you should check that out. But
what's TikTok?
Exactly. Jim was born when there were dinosaurs and somehow managed to make it to 2024. And we are thankful for that, because he makes a huge impact in our industry. He's a giver. He loves to help. If you ever need anything, like if I've ever needed anything, he's always been there to help me out with. And he may not look like the smartest guy in the world, but he's got great wisdom, and he's been through what we've been through. And although the times have changed a little bit, his advice still holds true. And I've asked him many times for advice, and he's given me great advice. So I appreciate you, Jim. We need that passed down information from the older generations to us to help us out. You see how I'm bringing separation in our ages here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, us 30-year-olds, we need that education from the older group. So
here you go, right. Ryan. Maybe make a huge donation to the VLO, and I'll come to your business and be a consultant for you for a while.
I like that.
Not necessarily your business. You can teach me a thing or two.
Nah, but I can teach you technology. You got the business stuff. So there you have it. I think if you're willing to give and you even want some wisdom from one of the masters in our industry that grew his business, he'd be a great person to chat with. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, VLO, all the staff there, volunteers, I guess we would probably call them. Thank you to all the sponsors, and God bless. Have a good day.